It is believed by some that power belongs to kings. They think status belongs to men with titles, bloodlines, or crowns. But a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms quietly exposes something far more unsettling. In this world, the strongest man in the room is not the one with honor, not the one with muscle, and not even the one with the crown. It's the one who understands the system. And if you miss that lesson, you will lose in real life the same way good men lose in Westeros. Because this story isn't about dragons, it's about hierarchy. Dunk is physically massive, he's brave, loyal, and stronger than almost anyone he faces. But socially, he's nothing. No house, no powerful name, no political protection. And that's the first brutal lesson the show teaches about power and status. Power is not about who you are internally, it's about where you stand externally. Dunk can defeat men in combat, but one accusation from a highborn knight could have him executed. Why? Because status outranks strength. This is exactly how the modern world operates. A man can be competent, intelligent, and morally right, but if he lacks social capital, reputation, and positioning, he loses. Power isn't about capability, it's about leverage. Inner strength can give someone the courage to act boldly and do the right thing, but without external position or leverage, that courage alone does not translate into real power within a hierarchy. Then there's Egg, a small boy, bold, walking around like a servant. Nobody bows to him, nobody fears him, but he's a Targaryen, and nobody treats him like power, because power is disguised. That's the second lesson. Real power doesn't always look powerful. Sometimes it hides, sometimes it observes, sometimes it allows others to underestimate it. In this story, the most dangerous figures are not the loudest knights boasting about honor. They are the ones calculating quietly in the background. In real life, the loudest person in the room often has the least control. True authority doesn't scream for validation. It moves strategically. The show also dismantles the fantasy of chivalry. Knighthood is supposed to represent integrity, protection of the weak, and moral discipline. There are rare exceptions, like Duncan himself, Sir Raymond Fossaway, and Prince Baelor, who truly embody what good knighthood is meant to represent. But over and over again, we see knights abusing their status, protecting their own reputations, and manipulating outcomes to preserve their position. Why? Because institutions protect themselves, not justice themselves. And this is the third lesson. Systems are designed to maintain power structures, not fairness. Dunk believes in ideals, but the world he's navigating rewards positioning. If you think truth alone wins, you haven't understood power. What makes this even more psychological is Dunk's internal struggle. He constantly doubts himself. He questions whether he deserves the title he carries. Meanwhile, the highborn knights walk with unshakable confidence, even when they are incompetent or cruel. This reveals something uncomfortable about status. Confidence often follows hierarchy, not competence. The world assumes the man with the title is capable, even when he isn't. Meanwhile, the capable man without status questions himself. That's how hierarchy reinforces itself. If you don't recognize this dynamic, you'll internalize insecurity that was never yours to carry. And yet Dunk survives, not because he dominates everyone, not because he suddenly gains status. He survives because he adapts, he listens, he observes, he understands when to stand firm and when to move carefully. And that's the final lesson about power and status. Power isn't simply about dominance, it's about awareness. You must understand the system you're operating in. You must understand who holds influence, how reputation travels, and how perception shapes reality. Status amplifies voice. Hierarchy shapes outcomes before fairness even enters the conversation. A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms may look smaller in scale compared to the wars and dragons of other Westeros stories. But that's exactly what makes it powerful. It focuses on something more realistic. How ordinary men navigate systems that were never designed for them. Most of us are not kings. Most of us don't inherit influence. We move through corporate systems, social hierarchies, political environments, and digital spaces that reward positioning over purity. And if you move through those systems blindly, believing honor alone protects you, you will repeat the same mistakes we've already seen destroy men in this world. So the real question isn't whether you're strong, it isn't whether you're good, it's whether you understand the hierarchy you're standing in. Because in this world, power rarely goes to the loudest or the most virtuous. It goes to the most aware. And status is simply a story that enough people agree to believe. Learn the story, understand the structure, and move strategically within it. Otherwise, like so many before you, you'll be crushed by a system you never took the time to study. It's Martainn, sharing knowledge and wisdom,